Welcome back to another day of birding Oregon. That's right, we are birding another full day in the state, looking for new species that I don't usually see in Utah, and might pick up a few lifers along the way. Without further ado, let's get right into it.
What's up everyone, I'm Hawken, your virtual birding guide, and welcome back to another video from Oregon. As you can see, we are at Ankeny Wildlife Refuge now, just hoping to find some amazing birds today. It is our second full day of our Oregon trip. I'm just excited, so let's get out there.
Today's adventure begins with one of the most common species in North America, the American robin. But very quickly we saw a much rarer species, a great horned owl, sitting on its nest. Now we didn't get great looks at this, but still always very cool to see an owl.
Nootka rose.
Say that again?
Nootka rose. Yeah, Nootka rose.
Nice. Jordan's got me thinking about starting to use iNat. He's taking pictures of every plant on top of the birds. What do we got?
Analyzing. It doesn't know.
Oh, no. Well, we will find out.
Just listen to all the sounds calling around me. Got yellow warblers in the trees. There was a Buick's wren. I think I hear another wren. Might even be a song sparrow back there. Pretty cool.
We came out of the forest after having a tougher time finding birds to get on camera as we were just hearing most of them, into this marshy wetland area. We began scanning these grasslands for other stuff quickly, and I was able to hear a ton of marsh wren, and I ended up getting some of my best ever footage of this species.
Marsh wren. Is marsh wren central out here right now. Trying to get a good shot of these elusive birds. Got a few, but hoping for some more great pictures. An owl? There goes a Stellar's, Jay.
We did briefly get some glimpses of yet another great horned owl, at least that's what we suspected it was, because not much else would fit the size and shape of the bird that we saw. But we did not get any video because the one glimpse we saw of it, that was pretty much everything. After scanning the trees for a bit, moved on to look at some more birds, like this beautiful song sparrow singing away in the brush.
Fairly productive stop. A lot of stuff calling again, but we did get some more stuff on camera this time. We are just about to wrap up here and then pick up our friend Ricardo, who'll be joining us for the rest of the day at our next location.
Before heading out, we did grab a couple last-minute birds like this red-tailed hawk soaring over the fields. And then, just in the parking lot, there was a good look at a spotted towhee. Now, this bird was actually one of the more common ones I was seeing throughout my time in Oregon. Still though, very pretty with a very vibrant red eye and a cool call to go along with it.
They're common
As mentioned, we picked up Ricky and hit our next location, checking out some sewage ponds. Now this was an awesome time because we were adding new species to our Oregon list. Now, if you didn't know, we were on a bit of a side quest. It is one of Jordan's goals to see 100 birds in every single US state, and we were quite close at this point to reaching 100 in the state of Oregon. This was a newer habitat for us in Oregon too, so we were hoping to add some birds to that list. Now this pesky bald eagle was not making it easy for us to grab birds for the list. He scattered pretty much every single duck that was in the area across the way to different ponds away from this predator. I mean, I get it, if I was a duck I would not want to be eaten too, but they did start to settle down again as we were driving along. Most of them were mallards, but there were a few other species mixed in, like some of those shoveler you saw earlier.
It is windy out here, so ignore the hair right now, and the mic quality might not be great, but we are at some sewage ponds just scanning out here. A lot of shorebirds, which is awesome. Jordan and I just looked, and we're at 91 species in Oregon. The target is 100, so we're approaching it real close.
A lot of Dudlin, because Dudlin are breeding right now, so they have black belly.
And we scanned and scanned with our scopes, fighting through heat, haze, and wind to try and ID these birds, and we did pick up a few great new species, though we also did struggle just as much to try and ID some of these peeps, and ultimately on the checklist you would find 50 peep species, just listing all the ones we were unclear on. Still though, pretty cool sightings. Do you ever just look at ducks and sometimes think about their feet paddling beneath the surface? You know, when I was a kid, I used to think they were just gliding, but they're working. They're moving their legs under there. Just a funny thought I have sometimes while I'm out observing them. Well, anyways, after a turkey vulture flyover, we had probably the biggest surprise of us at this location. I picked up a lifer. That's right, I got a Vox's Swift. This is not the Vox's Swift, this is the song sparrow. I didn't get much footage of this swift. Here's the one lone video clip I have of it. I did snag a few pictures though, so you can take a closer look at this fast flyer. It's a pretty cool bird, slightly bigger than a swallow, and one of the ones we were hoping to see sometime in Oregon, but weren't necessarily expecting here, so a great pickup.
Jordan and I just hit 100 species in Oregon. If you don't know, Jordan is trying to see 100 species in every single state. That's kind of a side quest that he does on top of his YouTube channel. So if you're not subscribed to him, go check out his channel, of course. But 100 species in Oregon, and we're only on day 2. Crazy.
Actually, 100 birds right there.
100 birds.
With 100 species notched down in our Oregon state list, we moved on to our next goal, trying to get a pileated woodpecker on camera. Now, not this acorn woodpecker you're looking at, we're looking for the pileated woodpecker. Though I do love these guys, these were a very new species for me and I saw them for the first time on this trip. This location was William L. Finley National Wildlife Refuge. We got some good species, including a purple finch lifer right by the visitor center. Their feeders were fairly active just around the area here. And then I was actually able to pick up another lifer around the back of the building where I got these ducks swimming off in the distance. These are birds we get in Utah somewhat commonly, maybe uncommon I would say. This is my lifer wood duck. People argue that this is one of the more beautiful ducks out there, and I tend to agree. Look at that striking head pattern on the male, and the female ain't half bad either. There were some other birds around the area, and I really loved how this barn swallow perched up on this snag in the water so perfectly. Really cool shot.
All right, Ricky just led me to my lifer wood duck. He actually works in this wildlife refuge, so he knows all the ins and outs. Pretty happy to pick that one up. That was really cool.
There's a California quail on the ground back there too.
After a final stop at the feeders by the visitor center, with some good looks at these acorn woodpecker again, there was also a red-winged blackbird at the feeders with some California quail running around the parking lot too.
Is it here?
Such funny little birds. It's always hilarious to me to watch them sprint around. We then moved on to the woodpecker trail. For you guessed it, searching for a woodpecker, the pileated woodpecker.
All right, it has been eerily quiet out here though. I think this has been my favorite habitat to walk through. The trees are just beautiful. It's a mix of pine, some of these other trees with the moss growing on them. Really, really pretty. It kind of feels just like another world, honestly.
We continued our quest, scanning every part of this forest, I swear, looking up all of these tall trees. There were definitely signs of woodpeckers, just like in my last Oregon video. This tree was torn to shreds by a woodpecker most likely, but no pileated to be found. As we were reaching the end of the trail, I did get a couple violet-green swallows. Now sometimes I don't know why I even try to film swallows. They are so fast and hard to track. My camera was pushed to the limits, but I managed to get a couple half-decent shots for you to see these birds. They have a really, really cool violet-green color, just like the name suggests, which is so awesome to see. These are ones you'll appreciate much more in person versus video, that's for sure. Cossum is absolutely chefing it up for us.
Ending the day with a nice meal here. Thank you for watching the video. I will see you in the next one where we go to the coast. So stay tuned for that. Happy birding.